afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Live at 4. Look who's here.
Happy Monday.
Hello. It is the start of a new era here on Live at 4. Mark officially retired, as many of you know, on Friday. Charlotte Deleste is going to be filling the anchor chair.
Yes, for a little while. We'll see how things go.
A long time. I am very happy to have you here.
Well, it's nice to be here.
How was your weekend?
It was nice, and you know what's really nice is to have like higher double-digit temperatures today.
Doesn't it feel great?
It's balmy. It's like spring break.
I'm still heartbroken about the Packers. I can't get rid of my green and gold just yet. So in memoriam, I'm still wearing it. Here's what's making news on this Monday. Wisconsin continues to be in the spotlight this political year. The vice president stops in Waukesha. Our Will Keneally has her message to state voters.
It's the eve of the New Hampshire primary, with the GOP presidential race down to just 2 candidates.
And families of hostages held in Gaza storm Israel's parliament meeting, demanding a deal for their release. Let's take a look outside today. The ice fishermen are trying to get every last moment they can.
Man, they are all over.
They are, because we're going to be turning the corner here. Things are going to get pretty messy. Jacob is out on the weather patio. You better have your windshield wiper fluid full this week.
Yeah, we're going to see some more snowfall, but I have to talk about the temperatures, as they are definitely a lot warmer than yesterday, and that's going to continue for much of this week. But alert day conditions are expected once again tonight into tomorrow for snow and also some freezing rain. We'll see around 1 to 3 inches of snow and about 1/10 of an inch of ice from the freezing rain, which will create some very slippery roads. But here's a look at the current temperatures, mostly in the lower 30s across Dane County. A few locations actually above freezing at this hour, and that's the case for a lot of our area. And if we look at the temperature change over the last 24 hours, earlier in the day, the temperature change was up near 20 degrees warmer. Right now, still a lot warmer, with 18 to 17 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. And that's going to continue. The temperatures today are going to continue for much of the week as well. Current radar is showing mostly dry conditions, and as we look further out, there is some snow and freezing rain across areas to the south of us, and we are going to see that freezing rain and snow move into our area later tonight. There is a winter weather advisory in effect for a lot of the southern portion of our area, places near Wisconsin Dells and off to the north and west. Not under that winter weather advisory, but as I mentioned, we'll see around 1 to 3 inches of snow and about 1/10 of an inch of ice. I'll talk more in detail and take you through the timing of the system coming up a little bit later.
First at 4, Campaign 2024 is getting into full swing, and the Badger State is getting a lot of attention already.
President Joe Biden announced he will be in northern Wisconsin on Thursday this week, but today, Vice President Kamala Harris spoke to voters in Waukesha County, and political reporter Will Keneally is there and joins us live with more details. Will?
Yeah, so we're here outside a Union Hall here in Waukesha County, and the VP's visit today coincides with the 51st anniversary of the Roe v. Wade decision that legalized abortion across the country. Now, as part of the nationwide tour that the VP is undertaking on abortion, and that decision, which was overturned back in 2022 by the U.S. Supreme Court, became a dominant issue during that campaign. We're expecting it certainly to play a key role in voters' minds coming up this November as well. So here's what the VP had to say.
Took a constitutional right from the people of America, from the women of America. And now, on the 51st anniversary of Roe, we speak of it in the past tense.
Now, we heard the vice president name former President Donald Trump as responsible for overturning Roe v. Wade, alluding to a possible Biden-Trump rematch upcoming possibly this fall. Now, at the same time, back in Madison, state lawmakers held a hearing on a possible 14-week abortion ban that would narrow what the state's current law is. We'll have more at 5 on the implications from that hearing and what to expect on the issue of abortion here in Wisconsin. Reporting from Waukesha County, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Meanwhile, state GOP leaders are responding, saying the vice president's visit is happening because the Biden administration is losing Wisconsin voters, attacking their stance on border security, but also questioning why they would fight a state proposal by Republicans to ask voters in a binding referendum whether abortions should be banned at 14 weeks of pregnancy.
The United States Supreme Court sent the issue back to the state for the states to have a judgment. Why wouldn't we go to the people on this? I think that's the question for the Democrats. What are they afraid of? Why are they afraid to put this question in front of the voters of the people of this state?
Such a referendum would take effect the next day if it passes. The governor has vowed to veto any bill that restricts abortion rights.
On this 51st anniversary of Roe versus Wade, advocates on both sides are dedicated to furthering their causes. Democrats say when abortion is on the ballot, they win, as their base remains motivated by the 2022 Dobbs decision by the Supreme Court to end the constitutional right to abortion. In the last several days, protesters on both sides took to the streets nationwide. Emily Aaron Davis of Susan B. Anthony Pro-Life America says they're working for a culture change.
We see that part and parcel with building out pro-life legislation, and that starts with serving mothers and saving children.
We've seen women turned away from emergency rooms. We see women forced to travel out of their state to get reproductive health care.
Abortion rights opponents have lost every ballot measure on this issue post-Roe, leaving many in the pro-life movement feeling there is much more work to be done. President Biden is drawing sharp contrast with whoever his Republican challenger will be, voicing support for abortion rights and announcing new measures around the issue.
Voters go to the polls in New Hampshire tomorrow for the first in the nation primary. The race for the Republican presidential nomination is now down to two people. Nikki Haley, who served as South Carolina's governor and as former President Trump's UN ambassador, is now the only Republican left challenging former President Donald Trump after Florida Governor Ron DeSantis dropped out. Dante Scala, a political science professor at the University of New Hampshire, says DeSantis voters are more likely to side with Trump.
There's this sense of inevitability, this aura of inevitability around Donald Trump. Nikki Haley needed to find a way to puncture that over the last week. I don't think she's done it.
Scala says Haley will need independents to come out in force tomorrow to pull off a surprise. Trump was at a courthouse in New York this morning, but he's due in New Hampshire tonight for a final rally before tomorrow's voting.
When you go to the polls in November, you will also find the Dane County executive race on your ballot. Joe Parisi announced last year that he would be resigning that post. Today, he endorsed State Senator Melissa Agard to be his successor. Parisi said he's known her for a number of years, and she is the best person suited for the job. There are two other candidates who have declared for county executive, Robert Harlow and Madison Alder Regina Vitiver.
A divided Supreme Court is allowing Border Patrol agents to cut razor wire that Texas installed on the U.S.-Mexico border while a lawsuit over that wire continues. The justices, by a 5-4 vote, granted an emergency appeal from the Biden administration, which has been in an escalating standoff at the border with Texas and had objected to an appellate ruling in favor of the state. The concertina wire is part of Texas Governor Greg Abbott's broader fight with the administration over immigration enforcement. Israel's government is facing more international criticism after rejecting calls for a Palestinian state.
The tension is building as Hamas says the Palestinian death toll has now topped 25,000, and anger is also growing for families of Israeli hostages still being held in Gaza. Tina Kraus reports.
Relatives of Israeli hostages stormed a session of parliament in Jerusalem Monday, demanding lawmakers do more to free their loved ones held in Gaza. Shame on you, she shouts. I'd like to see at least one of them alive. The protest comes as Israeli troops move deeper into southern Gaza. Israel Defense Forces releasing this video said to show raging gun battles with Hamas. CBS News producer Marwan Al-Ghul was filming when an explosion struck just feet away, killing a young man on a bike. Marwan and his team are okay, but badly shaken. Israeli forces say they're uncovering more Hamas tunnels where hostages have been held. The army says this footage shows harsh living conditions, and these drawings are from a 5-year-old girl held underground until she was freed during the ceasefire last November. European diplomats meeting in Brussels are pushing for a permanent ceasefire and say the creation of a Palestinian state is the only credible way to achieve peace in the Middle East.
All we want to do is to build a two-state solution.
But Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has rejected Palestinian statehood, putting his country at odds with the U.S. and much of the international community as the war goes on in Gaza with no end in sight. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
The White House today slapped new financial sanctions on Hamas, the fifth round of action since the October 7th attack on Israel.
Education Secretary Miguel Cardona and Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Agency Director Jen Easterly got a private tour today of Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. That school building has remained untouched since the February 14th, 2018 mass shooting, when a gunman killed 14 students and 3 staff members. Following the private tour, Secretary Cardona held a roundtable discussion with Congressman Jared Moskowitz, who graduated from the school, and Parkland families who continue to push for public safety reforms.
We must prioritize safety before education because you can't teach dead kids. And I think that once you walk through that building, you get it.
There's nothing more sacred than protecting our children and our loved ones and our educators who are working to help children reach their goals.
Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School is set to be demolished this summer.
Dexter Scott King, the younger son of Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King, has died. The King Center in Atlanta says the 62-year-old son of the civil rights leader died today at his California home after battling prostate cancer. Dexter King was named for the Dexter Avenue Baptist Church in Alabama, where his father once served as pastor, and he was just 7 years old when his father was assassinated in 1968. As an adult, Dexter King focused on shepherding his father's legacy as the chairman of the King Center.
The Wisconsin Department of Justice is in an ongoing multi-state lawsuit against Facebook and Instagram's parent company, Meta. It alleges that social media platforms are harming youth mental health.
In our partnership with SSM Health on this week's Time for Kids report, our Jalen Banks found out just how impactful social media can be on our kids. Jalen?
Social media is an integral part of our society, used for entertainment, news, and connecting with friends. It can also be for concern. Wisconsin is one of several states suing Meta over those concerns, especially for kids. Attorney General Josh Call claiming Meta knowingly designed and deployed harmful features on Instagram and its other social media platforms. And speaking with one expert, they say the claims have some validity to them.
No doubt in my mind that everything about a phone, including Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and TikTok, is designed very intentionally to, you could use the word addict the user.
Chapman also says that setting schedules for children on their social media use and open dialogue will help them with the harmful effects of social media. Tonight at 6, we'll hear more from Dr. Chapman and one family on how they navigate using social media in 2024.
Very important subject. We'll see you at 6, Jalen. Thank you. Well, we can't avoid talking about it any longer. The end of the season, very sadly, for the Green Bay Packers.
We're ripping the Band-Aid off and debriefing with Andrew Banstra next when Live at 4 continues.
Update your kitchen today with help from Menards. Delta faucets come in a wide variety of style options and finishes with features meant to make your life easier. Right now, pick up this classic pull-down faucet for only $139.99. Need cleaning supplies? Menards carries top brands like Dawn, Tide, and Bounty. Right now, receive a $10 mail-in rebate with a purchase of $40 or more on qualifying Procter & Gamble products. Save big money now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Attention railroaders, if you're a current or former railroad worker and have been diagnosed with cancer, call 1-800-LAW-HELP. Your cancer may be linked to the type of work you did, the conditions you worked under, or the chemicals to which you were exposed. Federal law requires the railroad to protect its workers from these dangers and to compensate them for injuries or illnesses that develop as a result. If you or your loved one are a current or former railroad worker diagnosed with any form of cancer, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Call 1-800-LAW-HELP now.
Can you achieve a brighter, whiter, more confident smile in just 5 minutes? Yes, you can with Power Swab's teeth whitening. Let's meet our participants. They all have one thing in common. They want whiter teeth without the hassle and sensitivity caused by other whitening methods. Watch as they take the Power Swab's 5-minute challenge, transforming their smiles with just a few simple swipes. In just 5 minutes, they've uncovered a brighter, more confident smile, and so can you. With Power Swabs, you don't have to wait weeks or months to see results. It's fast, effective, and perfect for people on the go. Power Swabs deliver dramatic results in just 5 minutes a day. Step 1. Scrub your teeth with the stain out swab to hydrate your enamel and lift stains from not only natural teeth, but also caps, crowns, and veneers. Step 2. Use the ultra white swab to gently whiten teeth by 2 shades after the very first use and 6 shades in 7 days with 0 to minimal sensitivity. But don't just take our word for it. Listen to what real people had to say about their experience with Power Swabs.
My favorite thing about the Power Swabs is that I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I felt like I can immediately see the results, and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely starting to see the shades getting brighter and brighter, or whiter and whiter.
Power Swabs actually, I felt, really worked for me. I definitely had a couple of people telling me that there was a difference. My wife, for sure, was letting me know that the coffee stains were slowly coming out of my teeth. It made me happy. You know, it made me want to take pictures showing my teeth.
One friend was like, your teeth look like really white. Did you do anything to it? And I was like, I did. I did Power Swabs.
Are you ready to take the Power Swabs 5-minute challenge? Order now and start enjoying a brighter, whiter smile in minutes.
Call, go online, or scan the code on your screen right now for a special offer to receive 50% off. Now get ready to look years younger with Power Swab.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Oh, a sad day in Titletown. It was clean out your locker day at Lambeau after the Green Bay Packers' heart-rending loss to San Francisco over the weekend.
Head coach Matt LaFleur met with reporters this morning to talk about that loss and expectations for the future, of course. And Andrew Banstra is here with that. So what did he have to say?
Well, thank you for having me on. And Susan and Charlotte, emotions are understandably raw in Titletown today. The Packers struck lightning in a bottle this season, but the magic ran out in San Francisco. But it's also important to remember that this team was once 2-5 and frankly looked bad at the start of the year at times. The NFL's youngest team finished the season 7-3 to make the playoffs. They went from a rebuilding squad to a contender in a matter of months, which changes expectations going forward. But Matt LaFleur insists that doesn't mean that things will be any easier in the future.
Just because we got to a certain spot doesn't mean that's guaranteed moving forward. So what are we going to do to get better? And the expectation is that when they come back April 15th, they're better than the team that left today. And that's not just going to happen by chance. You got to work at it.
But there is a lot of excitement for the future. After entering the season with a giant question mark, they'll head into next as a true contender, and Jordan Love will be one of the league's best for a long time to come, which honestly is the big exciting part. Jordan Love looked fantastic this year.
He did. He's been on the team 4 years, 5 years, and it feels like he's really coming into his own.
Yeah, it feels like he's the next in a kind of the next chapter in a library of legends for the Packers quarterbacks.
That's very well put, yeah.
You know, you got Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, understudies for a couple years, does his thing. Jordan Love's the understudy for a few years, and he does his thing. It just feels like this team, in a way, hit the lottery again with another really, really good quarterback, which is really hard to do. I think there's a lot of Bears fans out there that have been waiting decades for a year of what the Packers have had every year. So honestly, with all the question marks that came into this season, it is pretty shocking that we are where we are right now with all the answers to those questions we have. But it's also understandable to be a little frustrated at the end of this year.
A lot of tough playoffs for the Kickers.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
And I said yesterday that, you know, the Packers, it feels like they always have these gut-wrenching losses in the playoffs, and that would be accurate. Since 2000, the Packers have lost 5 games while leading with 5 minutes left in the playoffs, which is the most in the NFL since 2000.
And San Francisco, we can't get that San Francisco monkey off our back.
At some point we will.
Yeah.
We will.
Eventually. One day. One day.
Andrew, thank you.
Thanks,
absolutely.
Andrew.
Well, people looking for a new job in 2024 may have more competition than in recent years. A new LinkedIn survey reveals 85% of workers say they are considering changing jobs in 2024. That's a 27% increase from last year. But the job market is highly competitive. The study finds just one job opening for every 2 applicants. Here's LinkedIn's career expert Catherine Fisher with what candidates are looking for in a new job.
What the data shows us is that they want more money, they want more flexibility, and they're not seeing opportunities. You know, it's still considered a good job market, but it's really that pendulum has swung back to the hiring manager.
Fisher says Nashville, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Seattle offer some of the best job opportunities. A milestone on Wall Street. The Dow rose 138 points to close above 38,000 for the first time. The Nasdaq gained 49, while the S&P rose 10. News 3 Now is teaming up with a local nonprofit to make sure all new parents have the resources they need to bring their baby into the world.
Josh Spreiter has more from Madison's East Side.
We were at Babies and Beyond on Madison's East Side, showing you a little bit of what this organization is all about and how you can help right now. Brenda Collins is the executive director. Brenda, it's good to see you again.
Yes, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, you bet. So show us a little bit about what you guys are all about, because this is really, really important for what you're doing here in our community. But you wouldn't be able to do it with all the folks donating these supplies.
Absolutely. We rely heavily on the community to donate things. So clients can come once each calendar month. We're serving about 1,000 babies each month. So we're going through a lot of items very quickly. As you can see, these are all of our clothes bins. We go through a lot of toddler-sized clothes really fast, so we're always in need of that size.
And some of these bins looking a little empty, too.
Yeah, they're looking a little thin.
Back here, of course, you know, you're talking about baby wipes, you're talking about formula, you're talking about diapers, and even here, this just goes to show just how much of a need when you see empty shelves like this. You're going through these every week.
Yes, yeah, hundreds of packages of baby wipes each month. So, yeah, it goes very quickly.
So for Community Baby Shower, what's the best way for people to be able to help you out right now?
So there's a couple different ways that people can help out and donate. We accept gently used clothing and equipment. So if you already have those items that you're no longer using, you can donate them here. It's a good way to reduce, recycle, reuse. So, and then maybe you don't have those items, you could go out and purchase something off of our wish list. So baby wipes, diapers, pull-ups, formula, those are items that we're constantly replenishing and need lots of. Or you can make that monetary donation and we can buy items in bulk.
And you guys have that extended hours open this week only?
This week only. So Monday through Friday, 9 to 6. We'll be open to take those donations and be here to serve.
Well, wonderful. Brenda, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it. For more information on Community Baby Shower, you can go to the story up on channel3000.com, especially if you are in need. This is the place to be able to get a hold of, and all of that is up right now on our website. In the 608, I'm Josh Spreiter, News 3 Now.
All right, Josh, thank you. Boy, little ones are expensive.
Yeah, they certainly are.
Well, it's almost a rite of passage growing up for many kids, playing in organized sports.
But for some, that run is ending a lot sooner. We'll tell you why and what parents need to know later on Live at 4.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
If you have Medicare and Medicaid, iCare's dual eligible special needs plans help you get both care and coverage. Benefits include $1,800 per year to pay for eligible groceries and over-the-counter items. Whatever you don't spend carries over each month. Receive a $4,000 a year dental allowance and pay nothing for covered prescriptions all year long, even the brand name ones. Call us today and a licensed sales agent will help you find out if you're eligible. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for you and your health.
Your logo can identify your company, inspire your customers, and energize your team. We're 4imprint, and we can help your logo create moments that matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Interested in an electric vehicle? Bergstrom has the largest selection of electric vehicles and a team you can trust. Buy with confidence and complete peace of mind from Wisconsin's #1 automotive retailer. Bergstrom Automotive, driven to deliver gas, hybrid, or electric.
There's no telling what the next Wisconsin Lottery scratch game will bring. It's Miss Pac-Man, the new $3 instant scratch game based on the classic arcade game. Scratch each start position in the grid and follow the directions of the symbols. If your path runs into a bonus symbol or ends at a prize spot, you could win up to $30,000. Instant scratch games from the Wisconsin Lottery. Odds are you'll like them.
This new year, Tenderland Home Improvements wants to help you create a bathroom that's designed just for you. As the exclusive Wisconsin dealer of jacuzzi bath remodel products, Tenderland offers an array of designs and accessories that speak to your personal style. Traditional remodels can take weeks or even months to complete, but when you work with Tenderland, most installations are done in one day. That means our team can arrive at breakfast and you'll have a beautiful new jacuzzi system by dinner. Let's hear from a real jacuzzi bath remodel customer, Alyssa, about her experience.
My new bathroom is absolutely perfect, exactly what I was dreaming of. Blew my mind above expectations. I'm so excited for it.
Call us at 800-TENDERLAND or visit tenderland.com to schedule your free design consultation. Get 75% off installation, plus a free upgrade to a luxurious handheld shower fixture. Plus, enjoy no payments, no down payment, and no interest for a whole 12 months. Call today.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
Well, take a look at this. If you were watching football yesterday, you probably saw this. Jason Kelce, who has announced his retirement, practically stole the show last night at the Bills-Chiefs game. He was there, of course, to support his younger brother, Travis Kelce, the tight end for the Chiefs.
Oh, my gosh.
It was the elder Kelce that went viral and caught everybody's attention.
It's like 10 degrees there, too.
And his mother in the background.
His mother, Taylor Swift. So then he came down into the stands.
Oh, he sure did.
I mean, this is why people love this guy so much. Jacob, you made such a good point. He's a Hall of Famer. He looks like any other football fan.
He will be a Hall of Famer, but yeah, he's got that dad bod.
And another part of the reason why people love him is earlier he was with a group of Buffalo Bills fans, and he was, having a drink with them. And there's Taylor Swift.
There was a video when he was tailgating with the fans. He was drinking beer out of a bowling ball.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Right.
What a fun guy.
He's just the fans love him, even if you're not. They literally was rooting for the Chiefs, and the Bills fans loved him. So
it was great.
Yeah.
Brotherly love.
Exactly.
Now, for us, some big changes. We're turning the corner a little bit.
Good news. Yeah, we do have some precipitation this week, but the temperatures are warmer, and after the precipitation looks very calm. I'll have the full forecast coming up.
Welcome into Buzz into Madison. We're here today at April Air in Sun Prairie, joined with Mr. Kenahan. Now, I'm going to call you Mr. Radon.
That works.
Because January is Radon Awareness Month. So we're talking about improving the quality, the air quality of your home. Why should it matter? What harmful effects does radon have?
Radon is the #1 cause of lung cancer in non-smokers.
There it is right there.
There it is, right? And we've been in indoor air quality since 1938 as Research Products Corporation. Everybody knows us for humidifiers. We invented that in 1954. So April Air, check your basement, you probably have an April Air humidifier.
Absolutely.
We got in the radon because of the American Lung Association. We partnered with them and they asked us to look at it, and there's that stats, #1 leading cause of lung cancer in non-smokers. And most people don't know to test, and test often, right?
I thought when we bought our home, you test one time and you're good, and I'm finding out today that's not the case. So you just have to get yourself one of these kits, which you can get where?
You can get it at aprilair.com, amazon.com, or one of your service contractors that, if your furnace breaks down today, ask them for a radon test while they're there.
And you're gonna put it in your basement. 3 days later, you seal it back up and send it to the lab.
Drop it in the mail, prepaid postage, lab analyzes it and emails you the results as soon as they analyze it.
It's all about becoming more aware of the space that you spend all your time in.
And we've started with our own employees too. We just got back 33% of our own employees tested high above that recommended level.
And everyone here knows to care about it.
And they know to care about it.
Oh no, my numbers are high.
Exactly. So it's a problem, and it's all about testing.
All right, I love it. AprilAir.com or Amazon. Get yourself one. It's not a bag of popcorn, okay? Don't put it in the microwave and pop it. All right, Brian, we'll see you in a couple months. Here at April Air,
we love healthy air.
I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison.
Do you feel stuck in a cold and drafty home? Well, there's a better solution than just turning up the heat. Because heating your home is by far the most expensive part of your energy bills. At USA Insulation, we fix cold homes. Most houses are built with builder's grade insulation. So when we fill your walls with our high efficiency foam, your house stays warm without turning up the heat, which saves you a lot of money. And right now, we can insulate your home for as little as $99 per month.
USA Insulation.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hello everybody, here's a look at the 3 things you need to know for the rest of the week. We are going to see that snowfall tonight, and that will continue into tomorrow, and we could see some accumulation with it. We also have a second system moving through our area, but the second system looks to be mostly in the form of rain. That will be late Wednesday through Thursday, and during all this precipitation, the temperatures aren't going to change all that much to what they are right now, so we're going to stay in the 30s for the rest of the week. Above average, certainly warmer than last week, but just a reminder, it's still the 30s, still a bit cold, but obviously it feels a lot better. Now, there's a winter weather advisory in effect for the southern half of our area. This is for overnight and tomorrow due to both snowfall and also freezing rain. So if we look at Futurecast, we are going to see that freezing rain and snow move into our area later tonight. And the far southern portion of our area will likely see it start out as freezing rain. But during the late morning and early afternoon, a lot of our area will see snowfall. But also as temperatures warm up during the afternoon on Tuesday, some of that snow may transition back into freezing rain before it ends during the evening on Tuesday. Now, we'll be fairly dry late in the night Tuesday, but as we get into Wednesday, we have more rain moving into our area, and far north of Madison, near the central portion of the state, could see a mix of freezing rain and snow, with mostly snow as you get further north towards Rhinelander. And this will also continue into Thursday, pretty light on Thursday, so the bulk of that system will occur on Wednesday, and we also could see some maybe lingering rain and snow showers into Friday, but most of Friday will be fairly dry. And then once we get to Friday, we're going to be dry looking forward. So here's a look at the snowfall accumulation forecast. We'll see around 1 to 4 inches for a lot of our area. Further north, not expect to see quite as much as you get towards the Dells, but still could see about 1 to 2 up to Camp Douglas. Likely not going to see a lot of accumulation. Now, this is just the snowfall. If we look at the ice accumulation, the far southern portion of the state near the Illinois border could see maybe up to 1/4 inch of ice, but in general, we'll see around 1/10 of an inch for parts of Dane County and areas south. So the further south you're located, the more likely you will see the ice. And kind of right in the middle of our area, right near Madison, that's where the most snowfall is expected. But we are going to see temperatures above freezing for most of the week. So although it will be pretty slippery on Tuesday, should be better by the time we get to Wednesday, especially because we are going to see that rainfall on Wednesday. But as I mentioned, temperatures aren't going to change. And as we head towards the weekend, we actually are going to see dry conditions. And next week looks to be very, very calm for the first time in 2 weeks. So even though we are going to see another alert day tonight and more rain Wednesday and Thursday, it looks like it's finally going to be quiet with normal temperatures and not a lot of precipitation. We definitely deserve it after the 2 weeks that we've had here.
All right, Jacob, thank you very much. And Gary Canalti joins us with this week's Beyond the Barometer.
Well, you know, we're about halfway through meteorological winter. We normally lump the months of December, January, and February together because those are the months that people ordinarily think of as winter. So we're just past the halfway mark. January 15th was the halfway mark. So how have we done? You know, we were talking about an El Nino winter, the fact that we were going to have probably a warmer and drier winter than normal. Well, December obviously was extremely mild and also kind of wet too. We had rain, remember, you know, around Christmas with temperatures in the 50s. We actually set a record high temperature the day after Christmas. And then about 10 days ago, things changed.
Everything
just a little bit. You know, this is kind of what we've been used to for about the last week and a half. So, you know, did this bitter cold air that we've had with alert days practically in the forecast for the last week and a half, how much of an impact has that had on winter as a whole? So let's take a look at the numbers here. We'll run this by you. So normally for winter up to this point in time, we normally have about a little over 20 inches of snowfall. This winter, we're at 26.7 inches. And of course, the bulk of that has happened in the last 10 days. I mean, up until then, I was just looking at some of the numbers. We were down 7 inches of snow compared to normal through December. And so, and even the first part of January, we had very little snow. So, you know, it's hard to, you know, if this is what happens and we don't go back to above normal temperatures and less snow, you know, we might average out close to normal, but, you know, was it really a snowy winter? Except for 10 days? Really not.
Is that typical of El Nino?
Well, yeah, I mean, you always have cold spells, you always have snow, but it just, you know, you don't have prolonged periods. And as far as temperatures are concerned, normally from the beginning of December to the middle of January, our average temperature is 30.2 inches. This winter, so far, 33.6 inches. Now, that doesn't seem like, or 33.6 degrees. That doesn't seem like a lot. But December was 9.5 degrees above normal. And we were above normal just about every day for the first 10 days of the month before we had that prolonged cold spell. For the last 9 days, our temperature has averaged almost 20 degrees below normal. So, I mean, we make up for that all at once. So this month, so far, we're 1.7 degrees below normal. But our temperatures will be back up above normal, you know, beginning now and lasting pretty much at least through the end of next week and maybe beyond that. So
the balance lies in the law of averages.
Right, exactly. You can't just, you know, when you look back, that's why, you know, I don't put a lot of faith into outlooks because people just, they misinterpret them. They hear, you know, above normal temperatures, below normal precipitation, they think it's not going to snow and it's going to be warm every day. It's just, you know, we had a cold spell with some snowy weather in the middle of the winter, and the rest of the winter so far, and probably at least into February, is going to be a very typical El Nino winter.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary.
You're welcome.
Next, how to keep your kids safe playing sports.
And then coming up next hour at 5, former Mayor Paul Soglin criticized the current mayor about how the city is responding to clearing the streets. That's coming up at 5.
It's replacement window season. Do you have ugly, hard to open, drafty windows? Now is the best time to buy new Champion windows, because when you buy 2, you get 2 free. Buy 2 Champion windows, get 2 free? I guess that means if you buy 4, you get 4 free. Buy 6, get 6 free. Buy 10, get 10 free.
Hurry, Champion's Buy 2, Get 2 free sale is for a limited time.
Great job, everybody. Thanks.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
This new year is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Your logo can identify your company, inspire your customers, and energize your team. We're 4imprint, and we can help your logo create moments that matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Imagine trying to take on one of the big car companies. It's not easy. Yet this year, one local law firm finalized the largest compensatory verdict in state history against an automaker, over $38 million. And it was no fluke. That same firm has been holding big car companies accountable for faulty designs that cause injury for over 50 years. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
Tip off this basketball season and win up to 25 times your cash with easy-to-play basketball on PrizePicks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Visit prizepicks.com/TV for a first deposit match up to $100.
New at 5, Vice President Kamala Harris is here in Waukesha County, speaking around the 51st anniversary of the Roe v. Wade decision. We'll have more from her speech and how the abortion issue is impacting voters here in Wisconsin.
Light snow and freezing rain will develop later tonight and should last through Tuesday. This can lead to slippery road surfaces until temperatures rise a little bit above freezing later Tuesday. At 5, I'll let you know how much snow and ice to expect.
And ahead at 6, social media is no playground for children. We have expert advice for parents and kids on managing the various platforms. That's tonight, Time for Kids.
Oh, look at that. The Big
Beautiful
Apple.
shot.
New York City. 35 degrees there today. So we're catching up to New York City.
We are. It's such a pretty picture. Well, more than 60 million children and adolescents participate in organized sports, but about 70% get out of the game by age 13 because of injury and burnout.
A new report from the American Academy of Pediatrics looks at what doctors say is a growing epidemic of sports-related injuries as children play and train more without resting. Naomi Ruckham has more.
17-year-old TJ Doyle loves playing baseball and football.
Throwing those touchdown passes and running the ball, this brings me joy.
But playing sports almost every day has led to some injuries.
Hamstrings, his wrists, his shoulders from throwing, different nagging injuries that just kind of lingered because of the brutal schedule.
Eventually, TJ gave one sport up, lacrosse.
I wanted to keep playing, but I also knew that something needed to change so I could stay healthy.
A new American Academy of Pediatrics report looks at overuse injuries, overtraining, and burnout in young athletes.
Pain is your body's indication of telling you to take it easy, to slow down, to allow these micro injuries to heal. Rest is best, listen to your body, and stretch, stretch, stretch.
Dr. James Barcy with Stony Brook Children's Hospital says kids who overtrain can develop overuse injuries because growing bones can be more vulnerable to stress injuries.
During growth spurts, we know that bones grow a little bit faster than muscles and tendons, and you're predisposed to getting tightness in joints. And that tightness also predisposes kids to getting stress injuries.
For TJ's minor injuries, Dr. Barcy prescribed rest or bracing and daily stretching and physical therapy exercises.
This past year in football and baseball, he had 0 issues with his hamstrings.
TJ encourages athletes to always be honest with their parents and coaches.
Don't try to play through it if it hurts. Stretch it out, heat ice, figure out what the issue is so you could get back to play.
He has his sights set on college football. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
Doctors say participating in one sport year-round can also be detrimental. So parents and the coaches can encourage children to participate in different sports, different seasons for that cross-training purpose.
I actually saw an interview one time with Jordan Spieth's mom, the PGA golfer, and she said she would not let him just play golf. She forced him to play basketball and football, and paid off.
Yes, it certainly did.
Made some sense. Well, when we come back, not a bad weekend to take in a movie.
Will Loper will tell us about the movies getting people into the theater and some good streaming options if you're looking for something to pass the gray winter days away. That's next in the Loper Report.
When your door is always open, so is the fridge. With Pick and Save, you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards, whether you shop in-store, pickup, or delivery. That's a win-win-win. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Transform the look of your kitchen with big savings from Menards. Countertops are the center of a home, and Menards carries a great selection, from elegant to everyday options. And with easy installation that you can do yourself, with durability that will last you from crayons to calculus. Transform everyday spaces into gathering places with custom craft countertops. Now at Menards, laminate countertop is on sale, starting at just $7.49 per square foot.
Save big money at Menards.
A logo can do more than identify your company. It can connect in meaningful ways, energize your team, and inspire your customers. We're 4imprint, and we know your logo on the right product can create moments that matter. With 30 years of experience and thousands of products to choose from, we guarantee your order will be right the first time, on time, and for a great price. Be certain that the right moments will matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Memories matter. This bend on Cox Hollow Lake was one of Dad's favorite fishing holes. Crest Funeral and Cremation Service helped us make sure he's never forgotten. Making it personal. It's how you heal. We are Crest. We truly believe your memories matter.
Attention railroaders, if you're a current or former railroad worker and have been diagnosed with cancer, call 1-800-LAW-HELP. Your cancer may be linked to the type of work you did, the conditions you worked under, or the chemicals to which you were exposed. Federal law requires the railroad to protect its workers from these dangers and to compensate them for injuries or illnesses that develop as a result. If you or your loved one are a current or former railroad worker diagnosed with any form of cancer, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Call 1-800-LAW-HELP now.
Salonpas, makers of powerful pain relief patches for 89 years, believes in continuous improvement, like rounded corners that resist peeling, with an array of active ingredients and sizes to relieve your pain. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Find inspiration at the Build and Remodel Expo, sponsored by James Hardy. Meet local experts showcasing the latest innovations in home building and remodeling. Visit buildremodelexpo.com for details.
When your door is always open, so is the fridge. With Pick and Save, you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards, whether you shop in-store, pickup, or delivery. That's a win-win-win. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
It's time now for your first warn traffic. We have quite a bit of a slowdown on the eastbound Beltline. This extends all the way from the 151 to the 51. Speeds are down to around 20 to 30 miles per hour. A few locations are actually down into the teens, and there's also a very brief slowdown on the westbound Beltline. So looking at the specific times, you know, eastbound is up near 25 minutes from University Avenue all the way to the interstate. Still in the green overall for westbound, but just a little bit of a slowdown. Sun Prairie downtown is also in the green at this hour at 18 minutes. But in general, the roads are a lot better as some of that snow on the road is starting to melt. And that's your first warn traffic.
Well, here's someone who is embracing the winter. A river otter delighted zookeepers at a zoo in South Bend, Indiana. It slid through fresh snow right on its belly, as you can see there. But here's the thing. He was by himself. The zoo was closed for the weekend due to the winter weather.
Even better.
Yes.
He has it all to himself. Well, the box office this weekend, not so hot. Perhaps warm at best.
In this week's Loper Report, Will Loper shows us a movie that's out of this world, but is having a hard time connecting with those on planet Earth.
Hey, Susan and Charlotte. Well, a slow weekend at the box office saw the Mean Girls musical take #1 for its second weekend. Meanwhile, the new space thriller ISS failed to make much contact, ending in 7th place with just $3 million. The film stars Ariana DeBose, Chris Messina, and more as 6 astronauts aboard the International Space Station.
Hey, guys.
Wait a minute, what the hell is going on down there?
Oh, whoa.
We gotta get up now, guys. Let's get out. When war breaks out on Earth, the 3 Russians and 3 Americans are each told by their respective governments to take control of the station.
The Russians got the same orders as us. And they just struck first.
Struck first.
What should be an intensely gripping film instead feels pretty standard. The plot moves forward without much tension. While it's not a bad movie, it's not memorable either. If you like space movies, you can wait to see ISS until it's at home streaming. Otherwise, skip it. Also opening in theaters is the film Origin.
Most relationships end. Friendships, romances, they break.
Ava DuVernay directs the film starring Anjanou Ellis-Taylor as author Isabel Wilkerson, seeking to investigate and write about racism in the United States.
Are you interested in writing something for us?
I don't do assignments anymore.
Yeah, well, you're a better writer than most people do anything. Have you heard the tapes?
No. Of what?
The film contains powerful imagery, including recreations of Trayvon Martin's death. And though it can feel scholarly in its approach at times, there are enough resonant and important moments in origin to make it worth seeing.
I want to be in the story. Really inside the story.
Over on streaming services, true crime fans will want to check out American Nightmare, newly streaming on Netflix.
Emergency.
My girlfriend and me got kidnapped last night.
And you didn't call last night when this occurred?
I was tied up.
The 3-episode series details the case of a kidnapped woman and the roller coaster of events that follow.
There's blood in your house.
Do you know where she is?
Oh my God, it's her.
I just got a message. She's walking over to my house.
And newly streaming on Hulu is the series Super Hot, The Spicy World of Pepper People.
There's like a symbiotic thing between growers, sauce makers,
I think it needs more spice.
and eaters.
They're lethal.
You gotta love lethal.
It's a spiritual experience because I'm begging Jesus, please just make it stop this one last time.
Grab a bucket of chilies, a tall glass of milk, and dive into the world of hot pepper fanatics.
You think about competitive chili eating.
The pressure is immense.
It's like a boxing match.
It makes my nose run just watching it.
Shen has lost the use of her hands.
For Live at 4, I'm Will Loper.
Welcome to the life of a chili head.
Competitive chili eating. There's an idea for Mark.
When you lose the ability to use your hands, you know
it's a little
something's
too
up.
spicy. We'll be right back.
Baby, it's cold outside, but this house is going to be nice and comfortable when we're done with it. Hi, Andrew Larson here from Larson Home Services and Dr. Energy Saver. Do you have enough insulation? Is your home cold and drafty? Does your furnace run nonstop? If it does, give us a call. We're not just an insulation company, we are the experts from the attic up. Call now and get 24% off installation labor and a free upgrade to R60. Be part of the Larson experience.
$579 breaths to show them your stuff. Every breath matters. Don't let RSV take your breath away. Protect yourself from RSV with Abrysvo, Pfizer's RSV vaccine. Abrysvo is a vaccine for the prevention of lower respiratory disease from RSV in people 60 years and older. RSV can be serious if you are 60 or older. Having asthma, COPD, diabetes, or heart disease puts you at even higher risk. Abrysvo is not for everyone and may not protect all who receive the vaccine. Don't get Abrysvo if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its ingredients. People with a weakened immune system may have a decreased response to Abrysvo. The most common side effects are tiredness, headache, pain at the injection site, and muscle pain. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about Pfizer's RSV vaccine, Abrysvo. Visit these retailers or find other retailers near you at abrysvo.com.
Your logo can identify your company, inspire your customers, and energize your team. We're 4imprint, and we can help your logo create moments that matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
An alert day is in the forecast tonight into Tuesday for a mix of light snow and light freezing rain. At 5, I'll let you know how much snow and ice to expect.
And Vice President Kamala Harris is in Waukesha County addressing abortion, how the issue could impact Wisconsin voters. That's coming up next.
Tonight at 6, social media is no easy playground for kids. Jalen Banks explores the impact that social media can have on youngsters' mental health. Plus, an expert offers valuable advice for parents and kids. Tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
Here's a final look at your forecast. We're going to see that alert day tomorrow for snow and freezing rain. And then we have another chance of rain as we get towards Wednesday, and that will continue into Thursday. Maybe some lingering precipitation Friday morning, but by Friday afternoon, we're going to be dry, and it looks like we're going to be dry for the foreseeable future beyond that, as this weekend and next week looks very calm. And temperatures are going to remain very steady as well, with highs in the 30s, lows in the 20s. And based on the last 2 weeks, we definitely deserve a little bit of a break, and it looks like we're going to get that next week.
That sounds great. Thank you very much. Tomorrow on Live at 4, UW Health's Dr. Jeff Potthoff is tracking what's ailing us.
And Consumer Reports checks out the latest snowblower models. We have their top picks and some tips to help you clear the snow quickly. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
At Gruber Law Offices, you pay us nothing until we win your case. It costs you nothing up front to get the results and compensation you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
These are the faces that smile so wide at the friends and staff who are by their side, where life is lived with a feeling of pride on every bump of life's great ride that comes from the care that sweetens the air that lives in the house that angels built. Attic Angel Community, independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living built with the help of angels.
Have Medicare and Medicaid? iCare's dual eligible special needs plans offer an $1,800 annual allowance for eligible groceries and more. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for you and your health.
Now is the best time to buy new Champion windows, because when you buy 2, you get 2 free.
Hurry, Champion's Buy 2, Get 2 free sale is for a limited time.
That's a great deal. Thanks.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
The monsters of destruction are coming, and coming with a vengeance. Let Nick rampage against the Grain, War Wizard, Double Trouble, and the Veteran are ready to put on one heck of a show. Plus, Freestyle Motocross is back. X-Games rider Willie Elam and friends with action you don't want to miss. Day and night shows ready to blow your mind. Every ticket is a pit pass. Come early to meet the drivers. Take a ride in a real monster truck. Don't miss the Monsters of Destruction at the Alliant Energy Center February 3rd and 4th. Get your tickets now at monstersofdestruction.com.
A logo can do more than identify your company. It can connect in meaningful ways, energize your team, and inspire your customers. We're 4imprint, and we know your logo on the right product can create moments that matter. With 30 years of experience and thousands of products to choose from, we guarantee your order will be right the first time, on time, and for a great price. Be certain that the right moments will matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
After an accident, don't say anything and don't sign anything until you talk to Gruber Law Offices.
Call us first. We'll help get you the money you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Well, he's a tall drink of water on a journey for love in Mexico.
You're going to like this. Benito is a 4-year-old, 16-foot high giraffe, and he's being taken by truck from Mexico's border city of Ciudad Juarez, which is across El Paso, to the African Safari Park in central Mexico. It is a 50-hour road trip. The reason he's being moved is because better location for everything. He is going someplace warmer, and he has an opportunity to find love. You see, there are 3 female giraffes that call the safari park in the state of Puebla home, where he was by himself.
I've always wondered, how in the world do you transport a giraffe?
Yeah, they made a giant box, and they cover him so he doesn't get stressed out by all the cars and everything.
Stick his head up the top.
It's like his own little moon roof.
First one down,
all
Charlotte.
Right.
First one in the books. Thank you, sister. We'll see you tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.